How are we all doing this World Cup morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you guys are? Buenos dias to you all. Congratulations to Spain for becoming the world champions, the actual world champions of 2026. But who's the real winner here? Who's the real winner here? Spain won the World Cup and all that. But, is the gold medal worth more than the bronze medal, guys? Is it worth more than sending off to one of the most entertaining games in World Cup history? Football won today. Football won in the third place playoff. Football did very much win. Dictator Mbappe winning the Golden Boot as well. Yep, that was a story of two games. 1-0 close game, kind of. Low action, close game. And the other, a 6-4 absolute banger. Spain games are always a snooze fest. Yes, Spain games is like watching a team play total football, total possession, and have no striker. This is what happens when you are able to absolute dominate possession, but you don't have a goal scorer on your team. That England versus France 10-goal banger was unforgettable. Yes, unforgettable. It would be unforgettable if I had watched it live, but I was too sad. And the one time I decided not to wake up for an England game when they were already out. Of course, they put on the biggest show that they have in fucking decades, man. France saw 4-0 and decided to lock the fuck in. France was just like, wait a minute. We don't care about this game, but we care about not getting clowned on by England. We don't care about the World Cup anymore, but we can't let the English embarrass us like this. Something must be right, I guess. Sakasho Tuchel, why he should have played against Argentina. England, when they don't sub in 11 at the back, can play some football every now and again. It's something that, as an English fan, I know they're capable of doing. And it's good to know that in a match that doesn't matter, they can show up on zero pressure. The ass whooping Argentina got today was a feast for the eyes. I will say, I think a lot of first-time footy watchers, a lot of first-time World Cup watchers might have, or even like second-time World Cup watchers, might have gotten the wrong impression from the last World Cup, which was an absolute classic. This is the World Cup final that I am much more used to seeing. It is normally one of the most boring games of the entire tournament, and I was like, okay, this is bringing me back down to earth after such a banger tournament. Seeing the 1-0 win in extra time, and I was like, the Spanish have done it again. This is exactly the same way they won the last World Cup. Enzo red card was so deserved. It was a second yellow. It was definitely deserved. First victory in 16 years, damn. How about the first victory in 60 plus years, my guy? How about the first victory in 60 plus years? That would be nice. That was 16 years is crazy work, man. 16 years, that's wow, that's a really long time. Except you realize that's only 4 World Cups. That's not that long. That's not that long, man. Argentina did nothing before the red card as well. Yeah, I saw the stats, and credit to Spain. They have made everyone who played against them just have zero chances, look like they are completely off the ball, and just make the game dead. Everyone they play against. Spain really dominated against Argentina. Spain has dominated against pretty much everyone. The only reason they couldn't score against Cape Verde is the goalkeeper putting in a lifetime performance, Instead of a Bellingham masterclass, we got an Enzo Fernandez and Paredes disaster class. Well, it's the best of two worlds, Lamine Yamal is such a main protagonist. He was never known for defeat in his life. The amount of games that Spain have gone undefeated is insane. What is it, like 36, 37 games undefeated now? That's crazy. And 2 big tournament trophies in a row. They are on pace to, right now, match their golden generation, man. which is insane. I don't think this Spain team is as stacked as their golden generation, but the accolades kind of prove me wrong. are slowly proving me wrong. I will miss Neymar, Ronaldo, and Messi in the World Cup. Yeah, I mean, I will miss them as well, but we had a trash taste recording about the World Cup, and I think that this World Cup is going to be like a big turning point. I think this is going to be like one of the big World Cups that people will remember a lot. I think it's been a pretty standout World Cup games-wise, outside of maybe the, World Cup final, which is a very, very World Cup final. But I think the big thing is that in this World Cup, it's almost felt like a passing of the torch, where, it's probably Messi and Ronaldo's last World Cup, probably right, Ronaldo, right. But the biggest thing is that they weren't normally it's like the Messi and Ronaldo show. Normally it's like, here are the superstars of this generation, and we only talk about the superstars of this generation, and they have dominated the discussion, dominated the headlines. But this World Cup, it's felt like we are seeing the last hurrah of some of the superstars of the previous generation, and we are seeing like the big rise of not just one, but a whole group of superstars from the new generation, right? We've seen, obviously, Mbappe has already made his name on the world stage, but Lamine Yamal, of course, won a World Cup. Jude Bellingham has, I think, been the best midfielder in like this entire tournament, and it's weird saying that for an English player actually showing up on the world stage. You have Erling Haaland just winning so many American hearts, and so many like just becoming a meme and just becoming a household name even outside, because if you're a Premier League watcher and if you're a football watcher, you already know the name Erling Haaland, but he has grown outside of that already massive bubble as well, and he has made a name for himself for like a lot of like the younger fans. And this is the biggest like difference I see, is a lot of kids and a lot of younger people finding what is going to be their next Messi, their next Ronaldo, finding their player that they're going to be supporting for like their lifetime, that they're going to talk about. That is what this World Cup has felt like. Obviously, like Elise Dembele and like the French team as well. It's like you see a new generation. I think this is the World Cup where a lot of people, when we grow up, they're going to be like, this is the World Cup that got me into football. This is the World Cup that got me into the World Cup. This is the World Cup that got me into football. This is going to be a core memory for a lot of people, I think. I think we're going to be talking about this World Cup for a long time to come. Like, I remember, 2002, 2006 was kind of like, those were the World Cups where we saw like the last hurrah of like the golden age of Brazil, right? We saw that was when like Messi and Ronaldo started first having their World Cups, and, they started making a name for themselves. And that was the era where that was like, it felt like a passing of the torch. And this has felt like the equivalent of that, I remember seeing R9, Ronaldinho, and Prime Brazil back in the day. Zidane as well, just putting in the performance, like the tournament of a lifetime before what happened in the World Cup final. That was like seeing that, and also seeing Messi and Ronaldo rise up into the ranks as well. I remember those World Cups. Those were my core memories. And I think this is going to be the same thing for the next generation as well. Oh, the Van Persie, yeah. So yeah, I think overall this has been a this has been a fucking massive World Cup. I have hope that next time England can bring it home. The next time, guys, believe. Please, guys, please believe. It's been insane seeing. Oh my god, I don't know. It's so. I'm so curious. The various countries that you guys are from. How have you rated how your country has reacted to your national team's performance? Because for me, supporting England, I've seen the best and the worst of English fans within the last week, man. I'll tell you what, guys. Hot take. I think Tuchel is getting overhated. I think Tuchel made some questionable decisions in the Argentina game that cost us the game. Yes, I agree. But like, he has given us the best World Cup finish since we won the World Cup. Any other manager for any other country, taking your team and getting the best place finish since the last time your team won the World Cup, And people are just like, fucking sack him. He's awful for England. You know, I want him out. And it's just like, brother, he's had one fucking tournament to prove himself, and he's only done the best fucking finish that we've had in 60 years. And England fans are like, oh fuck, he's awful. He's awful. I could have done better. This is why people clown on England, man. This is why people are like, English fans are too fucking arrogant. We're coming into this being like, we would have won 5-0 against every single we would have won 5-0 against Argentina and France and Spain if only we had a different manager. Brother, we've been cycling through, it's the same fucking cycle for the last 60 years, mate. And yes, I agree that he shouldn't have parked the bus against Argentina, but it is undeniable that he has given us a better result, and I think it's far too early to tell with this England squad how far we can get with it. Everyone is like hindsight 2020. It's like, yeah, I would get it. I would understand this reaction if we were Italy, if we were Germany, if we were the Netherlands. Sorry to all you guys catching strays, but for real. like for real, you know. It could have been far worse, and there are some footballing super nations that have finished far worse. It's more the fact that it was there. If they played Spain and got played off the park, it's fine, but we should have won. I do think we should have won. I do think it was there for the taking, but it's easy to point the blame at one manager, and unfortunately, it's a game of football. And there are probably so many other circumstances that you as a viewer can't even grasp or fathom. I think at the end of the day, I think the big thing is that we just, I think it's just ingrained into our nation that we get to a point in a tournament and we get scared. We don't have that winner's mentality because we've never really grown up with it. We've never really, we've only known failure and defeats. And all the players have only known failure and defeat on the international stage. And I think what it's going to take is one miracle run where we actually break through, and that's going to be such a big turning point for us, because it hurts. I really like this England team. It hurts. It's been a long time since I said this, but I was like, as a team, regardless, I just I was really this England team. I'm like, I will happily hold my hands up and I would say, damn man, I got really, really attached to this England team. You know, hearing Wonderwall at the end of every game and hearing the fans sing Hey Jude, I'm like, ooh, this is welling up this is welling up emotions in me, man. This is welling up so many emotions in me. Oh my God. I'm used to seeing my golden generation and being like, bro, these are some overpaid millionaires right now. They don't fucking give a shit about football. They don't fucking give a shit about the nation. But the biggest change is that I just this team made me feel something, man. This team gave me hope, and not just the it's coming home hope. You know, there's not just the meme hope. They gave me real hope. And that's why you probably saw at the end of that Argentina game, I don't think it's rare that you see me be as broken as I was at the end of that Argentina game. I was a broken man. The only good thing England gave us this tournament is the Harry Kane broken voice during the interview, Lamau. Oh, that was fucking hilarious. Absolutely fucking hilarious, man. How I felt with this US team as an American. Ah, yes. Seeing, at least we're not the only team that imploded during this World Cup. But at least we ended off with a high. At least we ended off with entertaining the world with one of the most entertaining games, probably the most entertaining third place game the World Cup has seen. And yeah, now I have to go back to being an anime fan. It's weird. It's weird, guys. It's we all have to say goodbye to the football zone, the World Cup zone now. That's it. That's it. See you in 4 years, guys. No more shitty Gant takes on the football. None of this. None of this more. It was good while it lasted, guys. You guys got to see a different side of me. Good while it lasted, but it's time to say goodbye for 4 years. Back to gacha, back to anime. Americans going into hibernation until the next World Cup to care. Exactly. No Euros. I don't know if it's going to be something I'm doing watch parties for or stuff like that. You know, it's Euros is great. But, you know, I don't think many people watch the Euros outside of the Europeans, obviously. It's just soccer again. No, it's the Blue Lock. Now we're just waiting for the next season of Blue Lock, you know? Maybe Italy would finally have a chance. Finally. Italians, it is your time. It is finally your time, guys.